Hello, this is Scott with HyperDog Digital, and today we're going to do a review on the Lenovo Yoga book. We had our unboxing a couple weeks ago, so let's get right into it. Let's take a look at what comes in the box itself. Certainly it does come with a wall charger and a charging cable. Those are pretty standard, so I didn't think it was really worth bringing out here. Along with that, you get the actual Lenovo Yoga book. This is it right here. We'll take a little bit closer look at that in just a second. You get the pen, which is actually a stylus, and along with these pen inserts here, it is an actual ink pen. And then of course you have the pad itself, which can lay on the slate keyboard part and allow you to take notes, which will show up on the screen. So let's take a look at what we have on here. This is the book itself. It is a metal. It is built out of metal. It does feel a little like plastic, but according to the specs, it is metal. It does have their fantastic watch band hinge, which I absolutely love. I just think looks spectacular. And any one of their yoga products that has it on there, I just think looks that much better. It does fit together real well on all sides, which of course I love. It's cosmetic, but I really love when things just look like they're meant to go together. On the one side you have the power button, speaker, your volume rocker, and your headphone jack. Over here you have a mini HDMI, or I'm sorry, a mini USB connection, which is used for charging as well as just connecting in USB. You have a SIM card slot, which also serves as a micro SD slot as well, and a mini HDMI and another speaker. We'll just open this up real quick just to take a look. You can see the keyboard pops right on, and of course it is not a physical keyboard, so to speak. It just is a lighted back keyboard that will disappear when it turns off, obviously, or if you're using the pen. So that is the basic layout here of the Lenovo Yoga book. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about performance and just general use of the Lenovo Yoga book. It is classified as a 2-in-1, and for those that don't understand what a 2-in-1 is, it is something that can be used as a tablet or as a laptop computer. So basically you can fold it out into a laptop, or you can fold it back into a tablet form if you'd want to do that. Now that's a little bit misleading because it is really more than 2-in-1, because you can actually set it up in what is called the tent format, so you can do some multimedia or watch a movie. There's also such as this, which would also be for more multimedia type stuff, and anywhere in between. I will say that I don't have a tablet really that I use as a daily driver anymore. Because really I didn't think that there was really much of a need for a tablet anymore. I use them really just for browsing the web when I'm sitting on the couch or somewhere else, just sitting around. But really I didn't really see much of a point to have one right now. This almost changes my mind away from not needing a tablet. It's so thin, it feels just like most tablets that you have. And it just, if you want to move away from a tablet and have a keyboard to do some typing on, you can just flip it right open, and it's perfect for that. So this is really a step forward for me, I think, in the 2-in-1 department, as far as something that is really useful as a tablet, but can also be used as a laptop as well. Performance-wise, I had great luck with the Yoga book. It definitely ran everything that I threw at it. I certainly didn't run any high-performance games or anything like that, but I did run several smaller games, used it for word processing, all kinds of stuff. I had no problems, no lagging between screens or anything like that. It definitely is a fantastic little device, and I had no problems at all using it throughout my day. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the specs, and this is directly from the Lenovo website. It does come with up to an Intel Atom X5 Z8 550 processor. It comes with Android 6.0 installed. Sound is Dolby Atmos. Up to 4 gig RAM and 64 gig ROM. It does, as I mentioned, have a micro SD slot, and it supports up to 128 gig. The battery is 8,500 milliamps, which I had a hard time really draining the battery on this thing. For as much as I was using it, it certainly lasted at least a couple, 3 days with no problems. The weight is 1.52 pounds. It is really super light. It feels less than that. It is an easy to hold, easy to handle for a long time. I had no problems with it at all. It is a 10.1 IPS LED touchscreen with 1920 by 1200 resolution. Of course, it is a touch screen, which you can use a pen on if you want, any kind of stylus. And then, of course, the pad on this side, you have to use the special capacitive touch EMR pen that they have here. Of course, as I said, it is made of metal. Comes in 3 different colors: carbon black, gunmetal gray, champagne gold. It does have 2 cameras, an 8 megapixel autofocus for the rear and 2 megapixel fixed focus for the front. And then you can see a variety of different sensors and your Wi-Fi here, of course. Let's talk a little bit about the software on here. This one is, of course, running Android 6.0. Now, you can get this with Windows, but since this is the Android version, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about that. Again, it does run Android 6.0, and for the most part, it is what you'd get on any other Android tablet or device. But there are a few differences, and I'm going to talk real quick about some of the ones that I really like. You do have a little icon up here which will tell you when you're in your different modes, whether you're in tablet mode or laptop mode. Nothing too spectacular, but really kind of neat. The one thing that I really do like, that I wasn't sure about at first, but the taskbar down here, or the navigation bar, is a little different in that there's the navigation keys are kind of slided over to the side. You have your app button right here that's added to this as well. But what's down here is actually kind of a taskbar like you might find in Windows, where it will put whatever you've got opened up down here, so you can kind of switch between them real quick. Yeah, let's see if we want to open something else up here. Let's go slides, I guess is fine. And you can see it'll just pop up down here, and then when you're done with it, you just hold it, throw it up, and it's gone. Now, you also have a button over here. This is for when you want to actually go into the writing mode using the pen. So you can obviously click that here real quick. You can also click it over on this side, and it will real quick go into the pen mode for you. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the keyboard. This is certainly a non-traditional keyboard, but it is one of the things that really makes this such an innovative product and so different than everything else that is out there right now. The keyboard itself is, of course, not a physical keyboard. It just lights up on this slate side here when you fold it out into the laptop mode. So it is an awful lot like typing on the screen. There is no tactile feedback. There is maybe a little bit of vibration, but not much. But the keyboard is actually a really nice size. It does fit your hands, very well. Just normal size and stuff like that. I have found there is a bit of a delay sometimes when you first start typing, but once you start going, it is just like normal. So if you're really proficient at typing on the screen, you're going to have no problems using this at all. There is a trackpad down here. Of course, I rarely use this. If I need something on the screen, I'm usually just going to touch it instead of using the touchpad here. It does take a lot of getting used to, especially if you're not used to typing on the screen or anything like that. Again, like I said, that's exactly like typing on the screen. There's no real physical feedback or anything like that telling you you're touching the keys. You have to watch a little bit of vibration, and that's about it, really. Other than that, I've gotten a little bit more used to it, so I'm able to type a little bit better on it. The more you use it, the better you're going to get at it. If you just simply can't handle not having a physical keyboard or not having that tactile feedback of pressing keys, then this may not be the best thing for you. But definitely in a pinch, if you like having a tablet but being able to fold it out into a keyboard when you need to, this is definitely a great option for you. I would definitely recommend this for anybody like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the pen mode, as I call it. So this is usually the best way that I've used it, And as you can see, you have two different options to go into pen mode. You have a button right here and a button right down here. We'll go ahead and use the one on the screen or on the keyboard here because that's the one I like the most. And you get a little tiny window here. That's the other nice thing about this, is that a lot of software programs will open up in a small window, so you can have multiple windows up. And then if you want to expand them up, you can. In this case, we'll just touch this here and pop that up. Now, there are a couple of different ways you can use this pen and do some writing. You can use it as a stylus, and you still use it over on this side here, so you can see. You can just write whatever you want. And it comes over on the screen, and of course you can save it. You can do different colors, different pen sizes. You can of course erase if you so desire. And there you go. You have tons of different options. You can add pictures. You can change. You can add text. Lots of different things that you can do in here. Of course, just the writing is the coolest thing. But let's take a look at the other option you have here, and that is, excuse me, using the notepad. And the other cool thing here is that this notepad actually, I'm not sure if it's the keyboard side or if it's the notepad itself. There's a little bit of magnetic attraction here, so if you see, lift it up, notepad doesn't fall off. So you can lift this up, and you have the paper here that you can write on as well. Now you can do this either as well, writing just on here, or you can bring out the pen. It comes with 3 of these, and you can of course order more. And you got to remove the stylus tip, which is very easily done using the hole here on the lid. And there you go, you got a pen. Now, I don't want to write on this paper since this is a demo unit. I don't want to waste that or anything, so let me grab a piece of paper that I have sitting over here. So this is another cool thing. You don't need to use this notepad. It's nice because it sticks on here and it fits perfectly, but if you have some other paper that's going to work, you can certainly use that instead and just start going. So the good thing about this is if you like taking notes, if you like to have the actual pen written notes from your meetings or whatever you're doing, you can have them. It's automatically transferred over here. You can save it. You can do whatever you want with it. I think that's just really an amazing thing that's been added here, and I absolutely love it. I've had a lot of fun with it, and every time I pull it out and use it in meetings, I have to sit there and explain it for 15 minutes what I'm doing, and everybody is just totally enamored with it. So there you go. They're using the pen and writing with the Lenovo Yogo book. I think it's fantastic. You can write over here, see what's coming over here. You don't have your hand in the way. You're not doing any kind of palm readings or anything like that that's throwing off where your pen's at. It's fantastic, and I absolutely loved it. So there we go. That is the Lenovo Yoga book. Overall, I absolutely love this device. I really feel it is probably one of the most innovative devices I've seen in a long time. It definitely is the definition of innovation. It's different, but it's still enough the same, and it makes something that much more useful than it was before. And I say that again, as I mentioned, I've had tablets before. I've liked them. I've found I didn't really have much of a use for them after a while, except for just sitting around and web browsing, maybe doing a few emails. But this really brings back a possibility for making tablets useful again, because it is so thin, so sleek. It's like you're just holding a regular tablet. You can do all the things that you would normally do with a tablet, and then just bam, pop it right open, and you have a keyboard, and you can do a little bit more productivity based items that sometimes aren't as comfortable when you're using a tablet. It's very compact, which I love. I mean, it's unbelievable how small, how light, and how thin this thing is. Every time I pick it up, I'm amazed. It just looks good, and it is well built, and everything about it just is fantastic. It's just a head turner, as I mentioned before. When I bring it out in meetings, everybody is asking questions. Everybody wants to know what it is, how to use it, how to use the pen. Everybody wants to try it. It's a fantastic device. So, Lenovo Yogo Book, very innovative. It works great. Performance is good. Build is great. I have nothing but great things to say about this product. So if you're in the model, or if you're in the if you're looking for something like this tablet 2-in-1, this is definitely the way to go, and you will not be disappointed getting one of these. So thanks again for joining us here at HyperDog Digital, and we hope to see you again next time. Thanks.